Let's go back now to Canberra, where the Senate has voted against holding an inquiry into the Church of Scientology. Some politicians, though, showed their support to former members of the church by meeting them publicly outside Parliament. In Canberra, Sabra Lane reports.
Out the front of federal parliament this morning, Australian Defence Force personnel rehearsed their welcome for the US President Barack Obama, who's scheduled to arrive next Thursday. And watching on was a small group of former Church of Scientology members and family of people still in the church. They'd come to Canberra to watch the Senate vote on a proposal put by independent Senator Nick Xenophon to hold an inquiry into the church's activities.
The church has got this religious status. It's something that they use to hide these frauds behind.
And realise too, this is not about what happened to us. It's about what we know is still going on today. It's about our friends and family.
Among the group, ex-church member Jeanette Lang, who claimed yesterday the church had forced her to terminate 2 pregnancies, and she admits feeling overwhelmed by the media spotlight.
I am shaking. I considered calling an ambulance last night after realising what I've done, and I just feeling like I can't breathe. I am so scared. I'm humiliated. I worry about what other people think of me. I worry about what I think of me, what I've done. Because at the end of the day, it was me that went through with it.
The church denies Ms Lang's claim, but Labor MP Jodie Campbell, who read Ms Lang's story, felt so strongly about it, she felt compelled to meet the group.
What my other colleagues do, that's their own business. For me on a personal level and a professional level with the work that I do, it was important for me to come down and find out firsthand from these amazing people and the stories that I've found out today. Some of them have shocked me greatly. They have concerned me, so I'm pleased I came down.
Green senators left Parliament to meet the group, and they were joined by 2 coalition senators.
I know people have had to move house because they didn't please the church. These are cut off. Scientologists are cut off to those normal recourses which we all take for granted. An inquiry would look into that, but it wouldn't be attacking the religiosity of the church.
National Senate leader Barnaby Joyce spoke with ex-member Kevin Mackey.
As much as possible, we try to make our role that Australian people come up to the Parliament, and they have a right to be heard and a right to be listened to. I'll keep an open mind and engage in this issue. Obviously, I don't want to go into an area where I'm having an attack on a religion, but I'm very interested if there's any forms of criminality.
Senator Joyce's coalition colleague Nigel Scullion supports an inquiry too.
If it's right, then quite clearly the notion that the parliamentarians should be questioning these matters, should be thinking about these matters, and should be potentially having an investigation into these matters.
But says there's not enough support for it yet, and he believes he'd gain nothing by crossing the floor.
People know how I feel, but what I'd like to do is what I've been doing. I've been talking to my colleagues, and I've been ensuring that at least that they, this has come in a fairly short time in a parliamentary sense, and I would encourage very much the people who are supporting the inquiry to go and visit them, to talk to them, and I'm sure after that in the future, perhaps when we come back, there'll be a different level of approach to the matter, and I think that's where, as a practitioner, I think I can help.
Senator Xenophon says he's disappointed that neither Mr Rudd nor Mr Abbott bothered to meet the group, pointing out they'd both recently met insulation protesters a couple of weeks ago.
I would have thought it would have been a magnificent gesture from both the Prime Minister and the opposition leader to just come out and say good day, not commit themselves to an inquiry, but just to hear their stories. But I live in hope. I think that it's not over yet, and I hope to see the day when both the PM and the opposition leader actually speak to these people directly.
The government leader in the Senate, Chris Evans, admits he's had concerns about Scientology and the exclusive brethren, but he says a Senate inquiry isn't the right way to investigate the claims.
I don't think this is the answer. I'm certainly on a personal level prepared to engage in how we might have a better answer, because the issue of the exclusive brethren trouble me. This troubles me, and claims about other sects have troubled me.
And the vote for an inquiry failed, with government and coalition senators voting against it.
Sabra Lane in Canberra.